Welcome again, everyone, to this episode of 3 Vegas. I'm here with Tami Roitman, our intuitive clinical hypnotherapist, Kris Gray, our master astrologer, and me, I do intuitive tarot. My name is Mona Van Joseph, and we have been doing this program now we're in our 5th season doing this, and we are just honored and delighted that y'all have tuned in and started to really follow the program. And we're so excited that we have a guest coming up here in just a minute. Her name's Tiffany. But in the meantime, I want to thank John here at WWDBTV for allowing us to have this broadcast here in Las Vegas. We record it live when we do the filming, and then each episode drops once per week. So just stay tuned every week for each new episode, and we'd love to hear from you. Now, if you'd like to be on 3, go to www.three.vegas, go to How to Be on 3 page, and reach out to us about being on the next filming. All right, in the meantime, we're going to be right back with Tiffany.
I'm Kris Gray, the Astro Cowgirl. You may have seen me on 3 Vegas, the mystical series featuring 3 intuitives, Tami Roitman, an intuitive hypnotherapist, myself, a master astrologer, and of course our host, Mystic Mona, a tarot consultant. Each of us taps into our own modality to bring you clarity and guidance. If you'd like to experience it for yourself, you can visit www.3.vegas to book a one-on-one session to connect with us individually, or even submit to be a guest on an upcoming episode. Again, that's www.three.vegas. You can also find me at VegasAstrology.com, where I share insightful monthly forecasts. Thank you for joining us every week on WWDBTV.com for a new episode of 3 Vegas. And as always, a special thanks to John Stiles at WWDBTV for hosting our program. Many blessings, and I look forward to helping you unlock your cosmic potential.
Welcome back. We have Tiffany here as our guest today. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi. Hi, nice to meet you guys.
Wonderful to have you on the program. So the way this is going to work is that you're going to present your question, and then you're going to choose either Tami, Kris, or myself to answer the question first, and then you're going to choose the person to answer the question second, and then by default, whoever is left over will answer the question third. So I always think saving the best for last, whoever that is. All right. So tell us your question today.
Sure. So my question is, am I ever going to find someone and fall in love, or is there a person in my life that I feel like could potentially be the one? Is that correct? I don't know if that makes sense, if that's too broad, if you want me to.
No. That's actually a really good question. So I'm going to just recap what you said. Is it a new person coming in my life? Is it somebody I already know?
Right.
Right. Okay. You got it. All right. Well, who would you like to have go first?
Let's do Kris.
Got it.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay. First, I want to go over your chart a bit. You have such a strong, powerful chart. When I see this chart, so your sun is in Virgo, like just right on the cusp of Libra.
Yep.
And your rising sign is a late Libra, but a big part of who you are is actually Scorpio. You got a ton of like Scorpio energy.
Okay.
Like when I see this chart, this is the chart of someone who can kick ass and take names, like a real, like a lot of vitality and ambitious and able to just tackle on and take things. You don't like being dominated or controlled. And so on the downside, you can kind of be a little impulsive or maybe unpredictable if someone tries to pressure you or try to make you do something you don't want to do.
Yes.
Such a strong sense of self. Also, you're like this natural psychologist. You have this way of like reading people very well and like their motives and their behaviors, and
Yes.
you know these people better than they know themselves, and like you can tell like when they have, if someone has an ulterior motive or
Mhm.
their intentions, like you can just pinpoint it immediately. It's like second nature to you.
Mhm.
It's like you don't even have to think about it. It's as if it's breathing. It's that natural to you.
Yes.
So that's really dominant in your chart. Now I'm going to touch on your question because I see it very clearly in your chart. First, I'm going to say that relationships, even friendships, might have always been challenging. Like maybe it's almost like you're very loyal and fair, and you don't always get that in return. And
Mhm.
so maybe there's been a kind of hard times kind of connecting with people or building partnerships. Like there's just usually like struggles or just obstacles to really connecting. And that can even be just finding your people like in friends and networks or associations. Does that resonate with you?
Not with friends as much, but yeah, with
Just relationships in general? Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason I say that is you have this placement that rules relationships. So relationships can be romantic, professional, or friendships, just partnerships in general, right?
Okay.
And it's it talks about there being it's the wounded healer. So it's a place that has probably brought you some, pain, or you've experienced some, some trouble there. But you're actually in your natal chart, it actually shows that you're supposed to meet your soulmate in this lifetime. And it's like the way that it's placed, I'm going to say it's probably what someone would kind of consider later in life. But I actually feel it's probably, when I look at this, like coming really soon. And I would give it even within the next year.
Okay.
To say if it's a new person or someone I actually feel it might be someone from your past. Like maybe someone you went to high school with, or someone that you've kind of always thought about from time to time, but lost contact. This feels like somebody coming back into your life. And it's a very familiar connection. You'll recognize it because it will feel very familiar, like you've known each other your whole life. Or especially if it's someone from your past, I don't know that you really know this person, but you'll feel just completely familiar, like you do know this person. Like maybe you know of this person, but you don't really know them. And so when you reconnect with them, it will feel very familiar, almost like you really do know them. And also, I have to tell you, you have this placement in your chart too that talks about where you find your fortune, or where you find your support, your cosmic support. And it's actually in a place that talks about love and romance, through generosity, through really following your heart and your passion. So this actually can be both. This could be through your generous, loving nature, really being open and generous and loving to a partner. But also, I feel very strongly it's following your passion. So I don't see anything that blocks your passion, but maybe you haven't really fully embraced something. So if there's something that you've always been very interested in, but not necessarily pursued, then you're going to find a lot of cosmic support. And it's going to seem on the surface that it's not related, but other things will start just blossoming, and you'll really come into like this feeling of everything's right in the world type feeling. And that's through following your passion.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
All right. Who would you like to have address you next?
Let's do you, Mona.
Okay, you got it. All right. So it's really interesting because whenever Kris is talking, whenever Tami's talking, I actually try and tune them out so that so what I come up with feels fresh, right?
Okay.
So as a matter of fact, Tami is stepping out right now so she doesn't hear what I say. So, it's just kind of interesting. So I'm laying out my whole deck.
Okay.
All right. And I'm drawing your cards. There are two fellas coming up here in your reading. So
Okay.
the very first card, and this is probably the reason why it feels like it's been difficult for you to connect with someone. So this first card is called Courage, and it's kind of hard to see because we're on a green screen and most of this card is green, so it's a little hard to see.
Okay.
But what it depicts is a daisy growing between rocks, okay? And this little daisy, just enough moisture, nutrient, sunlight to grow right there. That daisy was in a field of daisies, you'd never see it because it wouldn't be unique. It just grew with everybody else. But because it grew here between rocks, you can't help but notice it. Well, let's say that's you. All right. You've done your life the hard way. So you have bloomed into something perfect now. And
Okay.
and what I want you to do is believe that you have grown into something perfect now. All right. So this is not about you chasing or overdoing or being doing 80% of the work in a relationship anymore. It's not about you being that way.
Yeah.
It's about you instead going, well, I'm ready for that right relationship. I'm ready for the right relationship that actually wants to collaborate and be a partnership with me. Because the next two cards, so the I'm skipping over one because there's a card called Fighting here. And this resonates to the person that you've had sort of a little schoolgirl crush on for a while.
Mhm.
And while there are occasions that you intellectually connect and you really feel like there's a spiritual, wow, I was supposed to meet you in this lifetime vibe, I actually don't think you're supposed to be with him in this lifetime. And
Okay.
I think right when you lean in and want it to be more, that's when he pulls back. But
Mhm.
does he like you as a friend? Yes. So if you can look at him more like he's an annoying little brother and actually look at it like, okay, I was supposed to recognize you in this lifetime, but I wasn't supposed to be with you in this lifetime.
Okay.
I was supposed to see the character aspects that I want to see in a partner, but I'm not sure it's you, kind of thing. Because the other fella that I'm seeing is this is a new fella, and he is likely to be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. He's got dark hair and dark eyes. He also might be olive complected. So he might be Hispanic or Italian or Greek or just someone that tans really easily, but dark hair, dark eyes. What I like about him is that he's got kind of a goofy little dry sense of humor. And when he says he's interested in you, he only has to tell you that once. All right. And what I'm getting is that this is somebody that you might be sitting at Denny's and having a hamburger, right? And he sits next to you and starts talking to you. You might be in the grocery store, in the I don't know, so the snack aisle, and he might be standing there and they're like, oh yeah, Triscuits are on sale, whatever. It's like, it feels like a very organic, easy meeting in some way.
Okay.
You do not meet this person online. You meet this person because you start being more aware in your day to day. But I want to go back to that card about the daisy. This is about you being magnetic and not dynamic. This is because when I see somebody that is a sort of no, I can do it myself gal, you take care of everything. So you take care of anything in the house, you take care of anything at work. So when you give your word to do something, you're going to make sure it's done. But in this particular vibration, it's time for you to embrace that true Scorpio side of you, which is magnetism. It is like, you're a catch. You know that you're an amazing partner, and you relax into that vibration. And then this man can't help but step forward to you. So in answer to your question for the either or, it's not somebody you already know. This is somebody new. As a matter of fact, you have to stop trapping yourself with the hope that it is somebody you already know, because the next card here is a card called Guilt. In traditional tarot, that card is called the Eight of Swords, and it shows a woman trapped in kind of her own mindset instead of looking at a different option. And then the other thing too is that the last thing in the world you want is a fella that's lazy. All right. And that's the conclusion card connected to your love category. So if you find in any relationship that you're doing more work than he is, he's not the one. You know, the thing is that it's like, I would love it if people started dating with the idea that we're going to date 2 days a week and we're not going to sleep together. There's that Scorpio thing, because, you know, you've used to been a sort of sleep with them first, ask questions later kind of gal. And in this case, we have to connect by doing things together, by intellectually talking, by connecting at a soul level. So what I really wish there was a dating protocol that you did 2 dates a week and you didn't sleep with someone for 3 months.
No, I agree.
Because then you really get to know them. So if they have quirky things that just drive you nuts, like chewing with their mouth open, right? Or they've got a weird, annoying little habit that they don't even recognize that they have it, or the way they speak about other people, or the way they talk to the servers. It's like you start looking at them in a whole different way, almost like you're conducting a business deal. But there's this fella, dark hair, dark eyes. He's a couple of years younger than you. And what I really love about him is that there not only is there a intellectual attraction, but your first reaction to him is, oh, hubba hubba, are you cute or what? But you have to hold yourself back. You got to hold yourself back from that energy and go into looking at him like he's a business deal. Like, is this a good emotional investment for me, kind of thing? All right.
Okay.
That's what I get. All right.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
The new guy.
Yeah.
Could it be someone that she knows of, or you think she has never even heard of this person before?
The only thing I can tell you is that it's very easy to be with him. That's the biggest vibe, is that there's no drama with him. If he says, I'm going to pick you up at 7, he's there at 2 minutes to 7 to pick you up.
Okay.
This is somebody that you feel like almost immediately you can trust, which means the delayed gratification of sex is easy, because you know this guy likes you for you, and not the fact that you probably, rock his world in bed. I'm just saying, because it's not going to be sleep with him first, ask questions later. But there is this wonderful feeling of almost instant intimacy that has nothing to do with sex.
Okay. I think that is what I was picking up on, like that instant kind of like, I feel like I know you.
Yeah.
But not necessarily know.
Okay.
Not know.
Tammy can't wait to talk. So
Okay,
let's get Tammy going.
Thanks.
Go, baby.
I try not to listen to what they're saying, so the information that comes through is coming through without influence. So grateful to be in service to you. Thank you so much. What I get is, no, you don't know this person, and you're working on a balance of masculine and feminine energy at this point to get it more balanced. Because you have a very strong energy. Now you have to move it over to more of the peaceful, flowing, softer energy. And what I have is that the people around you right now are great gifts in that domain to help you try to stop and say, am I responding to this person? Am I responding to this situation through this masculine energy or the feminine energy? And when you're realizing that it's more masculine, then it'll be up to you to move it to the more feminine. And when it's more balanced, then that person will come in, because it's what I get, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, is that the relationships that you have been in, someone, one or the other is giving or taking or dominating or being passive. And that's not going to work for you anymore. It's going to have to be hey, I like to give. So I want a person that also likes to give. I don't expect anything back. I just want that person to be more like I am. And so making the changes to balance out the masculine and feminine energy is going to do that for you. So people around you right now, watch them, because they're going to trigger something here. And then you get the choice. How am I going to respond? Do I respond in the masculine or the feminine energy? So do I respond in aggression or trying to defend myself, or put up walls, or do I stop and say, okay, the truth of the situation is it's giving me an opportunity to slow myself down, to say, hey, this is something in me that I need to work on, but I can respond more peacefully and calmly when I do it. Does
Okay.
that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the relationship that comes in is it's just very much more balanced than you've ever experienced before. So it's going to be a completely different kind of relationship. And I wouldn't be surprised if at first it's a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because I get this person is like a very giving and kind person. And I think that that's going to help you learn to accept more and to realize that you deserve more, which it seems like it's been a little bit of an issue. It's more comfortable for you to give than to receive. And so this is the opportunity, and you have the opportunity now too to accept what people are trying to offer you instead of always being the one that's offering.
Yes, it's definitely true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like Tami had almost the same message that I did
Yeah.
for you.
No, it's all the way across. It's
Right.
so, and it's so true.
But here's the thing though, is that when we collaborate, and this is sort of the free for all moment right now, so you can ask additional questions and whatever.
Okay.
But you know, if I were working with you and I said, you know, hey girl, could you do this for me? You would fall all over yourself to do that for me. All right.
Yeah.
When somebody else says that they want to do something nice for you, you don't trust it. And
So true.
and my vibe about that, which is basically a lot of what Tami and Kris have said, is that you want to show appreciation for the simple nice things that are starting to come to you. So one
Mhm.
of the blessings is going to be this fella coming towards you, and when he says something like, well, you know, I barbecue a mean steak, and you're like,
Yeah.
really, you know, I almost want to take you up on that challenge, right?
Okay.
And you let him barbecue you a steak. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if the next time someone says, hey, I'm dashing to the grocery store, do you need anything? Or I'm going to Starbucks, do you need anything? You could say, you know what, I really would love whatever you like from Starbucks. Okay.
Okay.
But the thing is that and when they bring it back, you can say, you know, what do I owe you for the drink? They go, oh no, this is my treat. Then you go, okay, next time it's my turn.
Right.
You actually start the reciprocity vibration by doing that. But I know love is coming towards you in a very, very big way. But it's gonna feel easy, familiar, organic. You know, it's like if you had a crush on a boy in high school, and this guy comes along and he reminds you of the boy you had a crush on in high school, but he's
Mhm.
not the same guy, but that energy is there. And
Okay.
now you get to be that um, balanced, feminine, magnetic, quiet. And when I say quiet, I don't mean that you're a loudmouth or anything, but you're allowing this to come to you. So when you're quiet, you get more. When you're
Okay.
quiet, you hear more. And so it's a balance of sitting quietly, maybe even before you go to sleep at night. You're laying there quietly and you're asking the universe to receive blessings. You're allowing to come to you. So there you go.
Oh yeah, I want to touch on that. So first I have to ask you, do you have any interest in live shows, concerts, like live music? Do you
I don't really do anything is the problem, right? So that's something I'm working on. That's how I met Camille, was through a girls group that I've created on Facebook. And so we're starting to do more things like that. Yes.
Okay, so I feel like you might actually meet this person at this feels like a live festival, like there's music. I feel like it's music connected. And so maybe it's a concert, but it's not loud and overbearing where you can't hear. It's
right.
Maybe like an outdoor type of music festival or something like
folk
that.
Music or guitar music.
You know, I can't.
Yacht rock.
I kind of feel like it's a little bit of rock. Do you like rock music or like?
I'm not a huge rock. I'm more into country than rock, but
Okay,
even better.
I was first going to say
Hello.
country. I was first going to say country, and then I'm like, but I feel like it's maybe not a country.
yeah.
Okay, so just be open-minded about the music. But okay, I feel like you might actually meet this person at one of these like live music events.
Okay.
And I'm picking up something with 6-9. So it either in 6 to 9 months, but actually I feel like it might either be the month of June or maybe September.
Maybe
Okay.
June, September.
Maybe between June and September. Yeah,
September, yeah.
to me. Like I say within a year, but actually I feel like it's really close. Like within the next few months type close. So 6
You guys are so on the head with like everything. It's funny because you both mentioned high school. There's a guy that I've been hung up on that I've known since high school, and we've gotten really close as friends, but like it's failure to launch. Like he's always got an excuse as to why we can't hang out, why we can't do this or whatever, but I've been hung up on him. And I was wondering, is it him or do I need to let that go and meet someone else? And
Absolutely not him.
Yep.
It's not him.
It's not him.
And it's even more powerful if the guy that you've had a crush on since high school, it's even more powerful if he happens to be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini.
Okay. Libra, I got to remember that. Libra,
Do you know
Aquarius.
his birthday?
Uh-huh.
Do you know when his birthday is?
This guy?
Yeah, the one you've had the crush on.
August 1st, 1980.
Oh,
I'm not the first, the 7th.
He's still a Leo. So
He's a Leo.
The thing is that I believe that it's time for you to embrace your Scorpio magnetic energy. And even though the Leo energy has served you and helped you survive and thrive business-wise, personally, it's time for you to put on your fuzzy slippers and
You guys are so right. I've been so in my masculine energy for so long. I'm a single mom. I have had really bad experiences with men. So I just don't trust anything that they say. And I'm trying to learn how to be more in my feminine energy with men. And it's just been a struggle for me. And I have to learn to trust that.
So I have to say something too. You have a very strong chart. So in astrology, your chart is a circle makes up 12 areas of your life.
Yeah.
And then where your placements fall, it talks about, are you more relationship oriented or more humanitarian, or are you more self-directed? So you have this very strong presence where you make your way in life and you're able to take on a lot of like responsibility and like you basically have to rely on yourself. And so you're really, really good at relying on yourself.
Yep.
But it's like you've had to make things happen for yourself. You've had to make your way in life. But then there's that drawback because for women, then we tend to fall into the masculine side. And then it's hard to reconnect back with our femininity. And because that requires like relying on someone or trusting someone that do their part or to
totally
show
aware
up.
of this. Yep. And I know I'm not good at it. So it's crazy that's what you guys are zoning in on, like I've been telling myself I need to do this as well, but it's really hard for me.
Very cool. Tami, do you have anything else to add?
The only thing that I'm going to add is watch why you're doing things. I'm not going to give it you. That's your journey. But when you decide that you're going to do something for somebody, ask yourself, what's the purpose of me doing this? And do I really want to do it? And if you really don't want to do it, don't do it. If you really do want to do it because you'll find that you're doing it just because it's what you want to do for someone. Just for what
that's another thing.
yourself, right? and so, you have Marilyn Monroe back there. And I think she's one of the energies that's almost a perfect balance of male and female. So you might want to tap into your picture of her.
I love her. I have her pictures all over.
Tap into your inner Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, that's right. We love that. That's your mantra. I'm tapping into my inner Marilyn Monroe. That's great. Love that. All right. Hey, thank you so much for being a part of our program today.
I really appreciate it.
Right. And the more effective we can be is when our guest comes to us open about what they're ready to hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because what I feel like is when we have these guests, and they've been marvelous guests on this program for now going on 5 seasons, is that I would say 95% of the people that are on the program come to us open, and you really did embrace your feminine side by coming to us open today. So I truly
Thank you.
appreciate that. So, all right, everybody, thank you
so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
Thank you.
tuning into our program today. I want to thank Tami and Kris and John with WWDBTV for making this program possible. We're going to be back again with another episode soon. In the meantime, be well. The cast members of 3 are not professional attorneys, CPAs, psychologists, marriage counselors, physicians, or financial advisors. You are provided with opinions that are unique to each of the intuitive performers. 3 is presented to you for your entertainment.